Hola, welcome to Must Leaders. I'm so excited to be with you today and to introduce you to an amazing leader, an amazing friend, and an amazing human. You are going to have so much fun meeting her because I did too. So, Priscilla, welcome to Must Leaders. Qué gusto tenerte. We are
Thank
looking
you.
forward to getting to know you. So, Priscilla, I always start the podcast asking a question. Who is Priscilla? Not the Priscilla with the titles, not the Priscilla with the leadership roles, but who are you? Tell us.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Ruth, for this opportunity. Well, who is Priscilla? The first thing I have to say is I am a daughter of God, and definitely I am a San Diegan, love tacos. Love everything that has to do with coffee, matcha, and logistics, organizing. I actually do enjoy it. So I love movies. Yeah, so I am a wife. I just got married a year and 6 months ago. So I'm celebrating that. And I'm just excited to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. Priscilla, where are you from?
Yeah, so I am from San Diego, was raised in Tijuana since I was born. And then I came back to the States at 17 years old.
Wow. And in the time that you've been here, you've done a lot. And I've heard of all the wonderful things that you have done. So, Priscilla, you own your business. You're also a leader in the space that you lead in. Tell us about what you do, your
Yeah.
day to
My everyday. Sheesh. Yeah, so I would say too, I have the spirit of entrepreneur, right? But I love to give back. So how are you gonna give back if you don't have nothing to give, right? So that it's my mindset to yeah, to just make something or create something with a purpose. So I also have my nonprofit. I do some side businesses that we have. And that's about it. That's who I am. I also give workshops anywhere they invite me. I have had the opportunity to go to different countries and cities. So yeah, it's a very exciting journey.
That's awesome. And what made you start as an entrepreneur?
Wow. That's a good question. I think I guess my story is a little bit different. So I didn't have a normal life starting. So when I was born, basically 3 months later, I died in my parents' arms. My dad was actually a paramedic, did everything he could to wake me up. He couldn't. And then he remembered God, right? And he prayed for me, prayed for purpose in my life. They said that after prayer, I came back to life. And after that, a couple months later, I had epilepsy for 12 years. So my life was in the hospital, right? After that, I would say at 23, I had a surgery where doctors told me you will not be able to walk again if the surgery goes wrong. I had a lower back surgery where I couldn't walk for probably like 8 months. So I always felt like there was I would go back to school and then I had a drop from school because of all the sicknesses. And it was like, I even got into school late. A lot of bullying through my sickness. And then 10 years, 9 years ago, I fell into a chronic depression after it wasn't even COVID times, and 7 members and family and friends died in less than a year. So usually depression comes in with I always explain it like it's like a bottle, like a soda. You do this, like you're literally moving and shaking it and just one more thing happens in your life and it just explodes. So I believe that throughout my life and journey, I felt like I couldn't have a normal job. So I had two options: either cry and be a victim the rest of my life or to take power over my story and help others. And so I would say this was not just me. There was first the strength of God, the joy of the Lord, but also this was because I had truly amazing parents and a community or friends, that encouraged me to keep on going. And then I started seeing, like, you can say, the aftermath, the fruit of my story. And so when I was probably 17, I saw for the first time a motivational speaker at high school, and I was like, wow, what kind of job is that? Like, I would love to have a story like, to talk like that, inspire kids. Like, I was a kid and I wanted to inspire kids, so that was like, but then I didn't know that I had to go through a journey to have a story, and so don't miss the story of your life because it is not about the destination, but it's about the journey. How do you grow in the journey? So I can't say there was just one moment. I would say that when I started to enjoying the journey despite of the ups and downs, for me, my awakening in being an entrepreneur, or, it's so funny when people tell me now that, are you a businesswoman? I'm just like, well, I'm growing. I'm growing into becoming one because it's not normal for me. But yeah, like I just try to do my best and let God do the rest.
That's beautiful. So, what has been the hardest thing, situation, moment being an entrepreneur? Have a powerful story. You created all of these different initiatives. You have a nonprofit. But I'm sure there were some moments that were hard for you. And even listening to your story, that in itself was difficult. But what has been one of the hardest moments for you as an entrepreneur, first generation, that you have learned from?
Yeah. I mean, we all fail. We're learning to be leaders. We like people say so easily nowadays, "Oh, she was born like a leader," or hey, you had parents like this and I didn't. And, we can all just kind of come into the victim mindset. And to be honest, we all have ups and downs, no matter where we are in life. And I would say that the hardest thing would be the moment I felt I didn't have purpose no more. So I felt depression did not stole my identity, but it did stole my purpose. It made me feel like there was no more future for me. So I always say that was the hardest. But then again, like I said, my story was being built. So hardest also would be the moments that a leader feels alone most of the time too. Like it's really like people would say, and it's true, do it with people around you, do it with community, you'll go faster. But there's some decisions that you have to make by yourself. There's some decisions that you have to discern if it's time or not time. There's some payments you have to do. So I would say those lonely times, I think we can, if any leader is listening to me, I just want to say it's okay to feel alone because that is your crushing season, right? That is the moment that your character is being built and it's part of the journey. But I would say it gets lonely at times, but it also teaches you who you really are, and if it really doesn't kill you, it's gonna make you stronger.
That's 100% right. Philip, did you have anyone in your family or anyone that when you started this entrepreneurship journey that you said, I have someone to look up to because this person did it and they were close to me? Did you have that role model or those role models throughout your journey?
Fortunately, I did side with my dad. He was one day eating from the garbage, and then now he has his own business here in San Diego. I experienced a dad that was very have one vision and went for his dreams. But that also made me not have him present in our home because he used to travel a lot. But I'm grateful that I was able to see that with somebody close. The difference is I never saw this with a woman in our whole family. And I don't know why, like, and their marriages are beautiful, but then again, there's this kind of, I won't say fear, it's just new, right? So it's kind of, it was new for me saying, but who looks like me though? I remember being in rooms when I was invited by mentors, men mentors. I think right now this is the last year is the first year I'm having constant women mentors from all these years. I've been mentored by men for most of 10 years. And when they used to invite me to the rooms, because they were married, there were, I would say maybe like two singles, the rest were married. And then I'm single and I'm the only woman there. I'm like, where are all the girls? Where are all the women's? Like this is I don't know, it was shocking for me, but it was again, we go back to it's a journey. It's sometimes lonely, but I'm grateful I did have that still with my pops, but I would have want to see more women in our family, giving us the example.
How important do you think it is for us as female leaders to have other women to look up to?
Oh my. I think a woman mentor changes the game.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. But I would now say that these last 5 years of my life, because we're saying I started doing workshops since I was 13, right? So
Mhm.
I was in a rehab, gave my first workshop there. So it's a long journey. I'm celebrating, I think this year 25 years
Wow.
of really working my craft and working my
Sure.
whatever God is doing in my life. What I'm trying to say is like these last 5 years, I am now seeing my tias doing their businesses, and I think, Ruth, this has also come about because of COVID. Like, I felt like after 2020, people not only believe in themselves, they
Yeah.
had to believe in themselves.
Beautiful.
Like there were some bomb birria we never knew that existed.
Yes.
There were some women, being photographers, and I just saw people selling clothes. Like, this is
Yes.
amazing. I don't care whatever you sell. If you do things with integrity and
Yes.
you do it with passion and you do it constancy, man, that is a woman I'm gonna admire because she always, a woman does so much. But definitely, we need to call out right now. If somebody's listening to this, women mentor,
Yes.
arise. Like, we need you. Like, we need you to start selecting people and be like, yo, you have potential. If you like, I can be part of your journey. Like, I see it. Like, I see the
Yeah.
gift. Let me, and please make the time. I know you're
Right.
busy, but make the time,
Yes.
because we and the younger generation is next. So
Yes.
it's up to us to continue to teach them, not everything. They're gonna have to eventually grow their own, characters, but there's some things that we can definitely learn from them, but also give to them. Yeah.
I love that. This year has been a year for me of intentional legacy, Priscilla. I have been very intentional about legacy because
Good.
what do you do with the generation coming behind you? And a leader helps make that load lighter for those of us that are coming
Mhm.
behind. I think that's a very powerful statement of if you're a woman leader, if you're a woman in leadership, rise up and intentionally look for that next person that you can invest in your time, your energy, and really empower them to be the leader that perhaps, you once were. So, or you are, whatever that is. Think about that a lot as a female too. And looking at even my little girl, I have a 4-year-old
Mhm.
girl. And every time I go
Oh,
up on a stage and I share, I always think this is for her. Because when she
wow.
turns 21, this is going to be better, right? I have made my own little pathway and have really intentionally helped so that she can have a better future. So that's wonderful. Priscilla, your
Wow.
leadership journey, your story is powerful. And I know that there's so much that you even can give to the younger generation. What would you say is one of the most important things for someone to consider as a young entrepreneur, as a first generation, someone doing it first? You're a female, you're a Latina. What would you say is something that they should consider as they get started?
Do it scared. If you're scared, do it scared.
Yeah.
If you don't feel 100% prepared, that's okay. You have a lot of resources online. You have questions. Questions are never stupid. Make all the questions you want, go for it. And I know that it's scary. It is. Truly it is that you're like, well, nobody has given me the example. I don't have money. That's the first thing we also think about when we're trying to reach our dreams. And I would say, even for my nonprofit, we're celebrating this year 8 years from that one because I used to have another one. But I remember I started my workshops with just pages of a book. Like, I literally was just like writing things down and started the group. It started as a support group and then it became what it is now, And so truly now it's like there's other psychologists using, our program and more events, community events outside. And it's just amazing. Expos for business people that we do, and single mom events. And so like I would say, if I look back into 10 years, 8 years, I would listen to that girl that, there's something inside of you right now. If there's something inside of you that you wake up and you feel like something's missing, it probably there is something missing.
Oh,
And so I listened to that little voice that was just like, man, I feel like I can do more. Like I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm studying, I'm working, I'm doing all this, but I just feel like I was born for more. There's just something that if I can give or I can do. And welcome to the entrepreneurship because you're thinking out of the box. You probably are going to bring the solutions that I don't know if that means in your city and your community and your school. So the best way to actually build a business or a purposeful nonprofit is to discern the problem. What is the problem in this high school? Maybe this high school doesn't have t-shirts or they don't have uniforms. What can I do so that I can bring it to the school? And then on the side, you continue building your business. You do t-shirts and you do designings for that. And then you can give half to your school. Man, I'm already giving like a full
you're good.
set right here. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys.
Yeah.
You just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably are not the same Priscilla that you were when you started. What parts of this Priscilla or of the Priscilla that went through the journey have surprised you? That you're like, wow, this Priscilla is a different Priscilla, and this really surprised me.
Uh, this question surprises me. Yeah. What really surprises me, I would say the perseverance. I really thought that maybe you think, oh, maybe this is not going to work out or work out for a year. It
Yeah.
worked out for 2 years. And just to see myself doing projects for 10 years, 12 years, getting to know other people, it also surprised me. You would think I used to talk like this. Nah. Like, I wouldn't, I couldn't, like, look at my English. Like, I would be so afraid to say hello, like in
Wow.
English, right? So I would say I'm proud of this Priscilla that despite of not having the best, if you understood, I guess I'm happy of the Priscilla now that I'm trying things and I don't have just confidence, but I have confidence. That's
Oh,
what I call it, right? So you don't have to have just, when you feel you can't, you just go for the confidence. You're like, I don't feel I have confidence right now, but I'm going to take my confidence and then I'll be okay cuz if God is for me then, you know, who can be
yeah.
against us?
I
Yeah.
love that. Priscilla and I we're getting towards the end of this and we can talk forever. See, I told you it was going to go super fast. I know your faith is very important to you.
Yeah.
And as a female Latina myself, faith is very important to me, as you already know. How has that integrated into your journey? How has your faith played a part in your journey?
I wouldn't not make it without him. I would not make it without God. He is the purpose in my life. He is the reason I push through. He is he is the gratefulness that comes from the deeps of my life so that I can continue and give to others. He is the reason, he's the love, he is he's the CEO of my life. He is the my best mentor. He gives me the ideas that sometimes I don't even know where they come from, but it comes from having time with the best counselor and that's him. So yeah, I would say if you have never tried to say, God, I give you my business, I give you this idea, help me to navigate, the beginning or wherever you're stuck right now, just help me, God. That changes everything. You acknowledge God first, put him first, and he will never leave you last.
That's right. I love that. Okay, we have a minute. What would you tell the Priscilla 10 years ago?
Keep breathing. Keep breathing. It's not going to be easy. Keep breathing because the best is yet to come. And you will see the promises that God told you when you were a little girl. So
Oh,
keep trusting him.
I love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Our time is up. Listen, we could talk for an hour, and this has been beautiful. Priscilla, so nice having you here. Thank you for inspiring myself and everyone that's going to listen to this. I know this is going to be a session that people are going to be impacted by. Thank you for using your gift to serve others. So, with that, thank you all for being here at Mass Leaders. Stay tuned. There's one more episode coming out next week, and we will be sharing more stories with you of impact and first generation leadership. So, thank you. See you next time. Adios.